What's up, y'all? It's your boy Jay Smooth. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Praises be to the Most High Allah. If you don't believe in Allah, that's okay. You don't gotta watch my video if it offends you. I always say that for those that don't care either way, one way or the other. You could continue watching. All right. So yeah, and on another note, Allah, that's just another name for God. So if you believe in God, then it shouldn't really matter what we call him like that. Unless we're not calling him the devil or Satan. I'm never gonna call God that name. But anyways, my cat's acting out of control right now. I'm just trying to watch him. Basically, like I want to address the fake spiritualists out there, and I ain't talking about the people that like have brought on the New Age movement and brought in the trends and the fads and all that stuff. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about them. Yeah, I'm talking about the people that followed behind them, you know what I'm saying, and went and followed that movement. And now you guys see the way that the world is right now around us. Like this is really what y'all asked for, because y'all couldn't stand for nothing else. So, and who was it that said it? I think it was Malcolm X. If you don't stand for anything, if you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. And that's one of my guys too, man. So it's kind of one of the reasons why I got into the Nation of Islam. But anyways, yeah, man. What y'all think it's gonna be, man? Y'all people out here talking about you sun gaze and stuff like that. You people don't sun gaze. Don't sit here and tell me that. I'm gonna sit here and look you in the eye through this camera, just how a lot of y'all can't look me in the eye and truthfully tell me you sun gaze. But I ain't gonna have a back and forth on that with y'all neither. I know what's real and what's not. When I go out there in the sun and try looking up at it, I'm 28 years of life, man. You think I haven't tried to look at the sun before? That shit will make you cry and tear up. Like, I don't know what y'all be talking about. Like, look at it only an hour after it comes up and whatever, man. Y'all be pulling people's dicks. And I'm not gonna get into all that. If it's just the wording that you're talking about, like as far as sunbathing, if that's really what you're referring to, then say that. Say, tell people to go out there and sunbathe. Why do you guys have to like code everything or make, you're not Jesus. You can't go around speaking in parables 100% of the time and everyone's always going to understand you. You could do that sometimes. That's why I'm a rapper. I like speaking in parables myself. I like speaking in metaphors and parables. It's creative, right? But not everyone's always going to understand you. So I don't recommend that. Y'all people that like to talk in code all the time, like Shakespeare or something, like y'all ain't Shakespeare, y'all ain't Jesus. Quit talking in codes and trying to make people, decipher stuff. I mean, I know I have a video talking about where I was, supposed to be going outside and doing the same thing. I was supposed to be going out there to sun gaze. But when I got out there, no lie, I felt stupid because that sun was beaming. And the moment that I tried to look up at it, my eyes started watering and getting hot, because that's what the sun is. It's the sun's heat. My eyes were, my face, everything, like, and then they try to say some people can't do it. Nah, I don't believe that. I've sat there and watched people do it before, though. I'm not gonna lie, and I thought they were crazy. And one of the ways I know that they were crazy was because I was in a crazy hospital with them. So yeah, I was currently in there on some other stuff, and so she was in there saying she had a baby. She had a baby in her by God, that she was getting ready to birth Jesus again. So I was like, yeah, you can't listen to somebody like that. So think about that for the people that sit up there and literally stare into the sun like how she was. Think about where their minds are really at before you guys listen to these people. And before I get off too far into that or rant anymore about that, I'm just saying in general, like for this spiritual talk and all this stuff, you know, as a lot of you already know, common sense tells you that nature is supposed to be just that. We're not meant to be out there, outdoors and stuff like that. That's the reason why we came from being cavemen and all that in the first place to where we're at. You tell me. Let me put you in this scenario. If you're out there in a hut or whatever, or huts are actually built a little bit better. I think most of y'all motherfuckers actually want to be in tents, so I'm gonna revert it back to what y'all actually are picturing. Y'all sit out there in a hut, in a teepee or a tent, and try to ward off a crazy grizzly bear 3 a.m. in the morning. Do y'all have the ability to do that? When some bear comes in from out the woods and she has rabies or something, most of the time it's a she, because the female, the mother bears and animals, they get more worked up over stuff. And are you gonna be able to sit there and fight a grown woman bear? I don't think not. I don't think a lot of y'all, cause see, even before they brought in all these different chemicals into the world and stuff and sciences, animals and stuff could still get sick and still get rabies. Like, I don't know if I said it already, but I didn't plan on doing this video. I didn't want to put y'all on blast like that, but y'all really deserve it, man. Like, the COVID thing, some people say it's spiritual, some people say that it's hard to tell, really. I just think, honestly, like, if y'all would have kept believing in God, that's why I always say alhamdulillah when I first get on here. If y'all would have really kept on believing in the Most High, or some supreme force out there that does good in your life and does good in the other people's lives around you, then this thing would have came into full circle, and everybody would have been blessed constantly. Everybody would have felt the effects of blessings and getting what they need, but also staying vigilant enough to tell the motherfuckers that run the world, like, screw you guys. Indirectly, of course. You have to learn how to word stuff in a nicer fashion for people so you don't have a direct retaliation or repercussions for it, but you more or less just tell the government or the people that slate the laws and all that, fuck y'all. Like, that's called being a vigilante. For the people that really were spiritual and our ancestors that lived in teepees and in tents and all that, they were spiritual, but they were vigilant enough to ward off opposing threats. That's why, that's why I believe the white man is the devil, because he's the only person that has been able to come and force other people out of their land. And I know a lot of y'all ain't gonna agree with me on that. I don't care, but it's just kind of like, how in the fuck these people that was here all these years? I mean, we're not perfect, but it is what it is. The white man's the devil, man. He came and forced them up out of their land, gave them smallpox, gave these Indians all different types of damn cat. Yeah, he gave the Indians smallpox. He gave the Indians all these different things to sit up and live with, or I should say, to die with, because back in them days they didn't have vaccines and shit for nothing like some smallpox, and that shit was really bad, a lot worse than this COVID shit. I might have to do 2 parts to this video because I don't want it to be too long. I just kind of want y'all to get the gist of what I'm saying. With the COVID thing though, if y'all would have just, like I said, kept on believing in a higher power, did what you're supposed to do, there's no absolute way this could have snuck up on us. So if you want to say it's purely spiritual, you're wrong. If you want to say it's purely physical, you're wrong. Everything in the world is everything together. And I don't think a lot of y'all are ready for this type of knowledge. This is why I don't like to teach a lot of things to y'all, and a lot, y'all users on YouTube, y'all viewers out there, and just people in general in my everyday life. And I don't like to teach people too much, because everything is spiritual and it's scientific and it's physical at the same time, right? Because even science is not physical. I used to think that growing up, but science is not physical because it has a lot more to do with alchemy, and sometimes they're messing with particles and things like that you can only see under a microscope. So a lot of people wouldn't consider that to be physical because they can't physically measure it in nature and in their environment, such as they can a plant or a leaf or a twig or a tree or a branch or a chair that gets built from the trees and the branches. You see where I'm going with this? So that's alchemy for that reason, because science and scientists, yeah, they deal with matter and particles and stuff, atoms and neutrons and things like that on such a small level, a microscopic level, that it's outside of the realms of being physical. So I didn't want to have to take you guys back to science class or anything, but I'm just trying to remind you that's what it is. But I think I'm gonna cut this video short. If y'all want to watch the second upload, that'll be up here soon. I could easily transition into the next thing that I want to talk about. And good luck to y'all out there, man. Stay safe. God bless. Alhamdulillah. Or assalamu alaikum to y'all.